And finally, my hypothesis. Where am I going with all this? Why do I think, what is Lou doing? I mean, if he doesn't have any AMC, what is he doing? I think that when he left and went to his crypto channel and realized no one was going over there and following him, and he didn't have the clout or capital that he needed from his 60,000 followers, and he realized they were all locked into AMC, and he wasn't going to be able to have any effect on plays, he came running back. As soon as he realized that, he was back, right? He couldn't have been banking money back then. What the hell would he have come back for? He came back because he needs all you guys. He can't do this alone. He doesn't have the capital, and he doesn't have the influence.
This is my fucking
He has
world.
the influence and capital after a short squeeze of epic proportions.
This is my fucking world.
And all you guys loving and believing in him, and him constantly reminding you he doesn't do super chats, he doesn't do Patreon, he's got no Discord, he doesn't sell Tupperware. So you guys owe him for the last 9 months.
This is my fucking
And
world.
he's going to tell you what to put your money in. And I just hope when that time comes, you guys don't get caught holding the bag, because that would be a shame to see your profits go away. And finally, I saw in the comments a ton of people were putting in the words the letters GFYM.
This is my fucking world.
And I didn't understand what it was. And finally, I realized that Lou's always telling all the YouTubers to go fuck your mother.
I'm gonna be gone very soon, down in the Caribbean, taking care of life. What are you gonna be doing? Sucking dick in the metaverse, eh? Tell your mama say hi and go fuck your mother.
And I really have no comeback for that, like at all. Except the fact that when I went through all his paperwork from the courthouse, I realized that that's a lot easier said than done. Especially when you're living with her. This is Ape Nation, I'm the Massalorian, and I have my own place.
So I didn't have any plans to actually make this video tonight. This is kind of going to be fast and just throwing out some facts and seeing what we can find out. But I felt it was important when one of our own goes missing in the community. This is a time for people to come together and, you know, let's figure out what's going on. Is this person okay? We know Lou's been missing now for a little over 48 hours. There has been a bolo put out. We'll talk about that. We'll get to a couple other things that happened in the market today, J. Powell, and we'll talk about the live stream tonight. But before we do any of that and get way too far ahead of ourselves,
Chew the speeder.
This is the way.
good evening, beautiful people. Guys, what's going on? It is November 30th, 2022. And real quick, before we get into the missing YouTuber, I want to talk about J. Powell. He sat down today at the Fed meeting and he said some interesting things, and the market looked like he responded pretty well to them. This article is from the Financial Times. J. Powell signals Fed will slow pace of J. Powell signals Fed will slow pace of rate rises next month. Chair of the U.S. Central Bank warns against prematurely loosening policy in Brookings' appearance. Now, down in the article, it says the time for moderating the pace of rate increases may come as soon as the December meeting, the Fed chair said during an appearance at the Brookings Institution on Wednesday. The remarks from Powell suggest the Fed is preparing a downshift to a 0.5 percentage point increase when it gathers in 2 weeks after it raised rates by 0.75 percentage points at each of the past 4 meetings. My colleagues and I do not wish to over-tighten, Powell added in a question and answer session following the speech. I will simply say that we have more ground to cover, he said. History cautions strongly against prematurely loosening policy. We will stay the course until the job is done. And look, we're going to go live tonight, so we'll talk about this a lot more in depth and what this means for the market next couple weeks, what we'll have to do when we finally get around to Q4 earnings for AMC. We'll talk about all that tonight when we go on live at 10 o'clock. It was a hawkish speech, except they just said they're going to slow the pace down. So They're still trying to fight inflation. I don't think it's a good idea that they lower or take away anything. I think we should try to get inflation down as much as possible, but that's just me. All right, moving on to our missing YouTuber. So it's been 7 days since we have had an upload from Lou vs. Wall Street. His last video you can see was 7 days ago. More breaking news. Now, I know he has another channel, but I'm assuming this 7 days, let's just speculate here and say that maybe he got a strike for whatever reason. His 7 days should be up. He should be able to start uploading again by tomorrow. Now, as far as the other channel goes, I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't know if he owns that, if he's just on there talking and someone else has the Google ad account. I have no idea. But he hasn't uploaded on either in the last 48 hours. And, you know, it's not something to joke about when someone's had issues, that's got medical problems, that go missing. Or, you know, there's rumors flying around that the Russian mafia is after him. I don't believe that. But I do think that it's important that we keep an eye out for each other. And, you know, I never want to see anybody get hurt or anything like that. Even though I don't agree with his videos or what he says, still, he is a human being, and no one has the right to persecute anyone else physically or silence them on YouTube, I really feel. But YouTube is what it is. They have their guidelines. I'm not going to get tied up with this too much, but I would say, Lou, to your fans, to everyone out there, you know, just make a shout-out video, just let everyone know you're okay, and we can put this issue to rest. All right, I am not going to keep you guys all night. You guys know there's a bolo alert out. The police are out looking. It's not like, you know, it's got to be an investigation here from the armchair detectives or anything like that. But we'll talk more about the market tonight. We'll get into Powell. We'll get into everything that went down today. AMC Ape. We'll talk about the penny stocks and the mini runs and what's going on with GTII. Whole bunch of stuff tonight, 10 o'clock sharp, hopefully. And I'll probably go in a little early just to check the audio and make sure it's working. But
you don't like it because you don't like me, so I can tell you go fuck your mother. Because at the end, you don't know me. You don't know me. You're not part of my world. So at the end of the day, do your little YouTube video, do your little post. My people will be just fine. We all took a hit in AMC. We all took a hit on it. But not everybody stood on the ground with fucking their face on the dirt. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. And that's just the way it's going to go. As far as GTI, I see it running. End of November, 1st of December, it will run. It will get tagged up and it will be on that exchange. CRTD, it's going to run. You couldn't even buy it today on SoFi at another exchange. I don't even know what the fuck it was. That's all.
Go. If you made this far in the video, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing to the channel, it's free and it just does a huge service to the channel when you do that. So if you don't mind, that would be great. As always, thank you for all the likes, the views, the comments. My new subscribers, my OGs, I appreciate each and every one of you. We are here to break the wheel. This is Ape Nation. I'm the Massalorian, and I'm out.